100%, man. I mean, it's really dark. Like and they don't really hold back with the kind of with the killings and like they show a lot of stuff. My character's quite separated from it all, right? The whole movie because he's trying to get there.
Right.
So, I wasn't there when they were shooting a lot of the dark stuff. That was on different days. And a lot of my scenes are me imagining it because I'm looking at the dark web. And of course, on the screen is nothing. There's nothing there. So myself and the other actors, we are talking about what we're watching. The director's coaching us through what we're watching, and we're all trying to kind of coordinate this reaction and invent this reaction, basically acting. But usually you've got something to go off. So in this situation, it was like, use your imagination. How would you react with some of this? And of course, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything like that. And there's different beats throughout. There's like, okay, they might be using a cattle prod, but then that graduates into the actual death of somebody, which is the final thing. So you're kind of going through these gears of reactions. It was pretty nuts to do, man. But it was a real kind of experience, yeah. But definitely some heavy moments. We actually shot the movie in the UK, and I was kind of going back to the hotel at night, and it wasn't the most glamorous of hotels, and kind of had its own kind of darkness to it, to be honest. So I was like, I was definitely kind of in that kind of mindset. There was multiple things happening for me. Number one, I'd never played a cop. I'd never played a detective. I don't know what it is about that kind of role, but also just as another general member of society, it's quite fascinating because these are the people that do the stuff we don't really want to do or run into every day, right? These are guys and girls who have they see the worst of what it is to be a person, I guess, the worst of society. And so there's a fascination there for sure. I'm a big fan of true crime. I know it's really, really popular these days.
Oh yeah.
So Amy and I will watch these true crime documentaries and get freaked out and then feel really good that we're kind of safe and nothing's happened to us.
Yeah.
So like there's this kind of watching or experiencing this terror from a safe distance, which is somewhat appealing. And I don't think I'm the only person who feels that way. But then in terms of the character, it was a challenge, as I say, for the reasons I spoke of at the beginning about kind of, you don't have anything to really react to in the scenes when it comes to the killing stuff, because I'm looking at a computer, right? Or I'm getting the information on the phone or something like that. So a lot of imagination was required, a lot of trying to kind of navigate that. But just in general, kind of, these dark thrillers, I'm a big fan of them. So it was very cool for me to kind of now be in a movie that I would probably want to go and see. Not that I wouldn't want to go and see some of the other stuff I've done, but like definitely this one for sure. I'm gonna see Chase Crawford, who I lived with in the beginning, who's a dear, dear buddy of mine. I mean, obviously, kind of, it's been such a big amount of time now, and everyone's kind of getting on with their lives. But I'm gonna see him in March at a convention, a fan convention, where we get to go and do these Q&As and do panels and talk about the show and talk about other work and take pictures, sign autographs, all that fun stuff. But he's gonna be one of the guests along with me, so it's good. It's good. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Well, I mean, I did this really cool movie called Tonic, which was set in the back streets of Dallas, which was like a kind of dark comedy crime thing. That went and did a bunch of film festivals. That is supposed to be getting its US distribution deal done soon, so that should be coming out. That's pretty cool. I've got a small role, but it's like a really kind of impactful one. I completely transform into this like 50-year-old mess of a drug dealer, which is hilarious. So that's it. And then I've got obviously DarkGame coming out Feb 20th, and then I just got like a few other projects came in, so I'm kind of figuring out what's going to be next and who's going to kind of get their deal together, etc. And let's see what happens. So hopefully I'll be shooting something very, very soon, one of these three. So yeah, I mean, that's it. But I wouldn't talk about them just yet because you know, who knows? Like in this business, as you know, nothing's real until you're actually on the set shooting the movie, and then something crazy can still happen. So I try to do, man. I mean, look, I've always wanted, you know, I want to do different roles. I want to be nervous a little bit when I'm picking a project. I want to kind of have fun with it, and I want to transform. I mean, that's what I always kind of got into, you know. I mean, I'm like that in real life, though. You know, I'm interested in so many different things, and I don't know if what I'm saying is I play a lot of roles in my life, like through my interests, but I see this great variety in life, you know, and I see that in characters. And like I enjoy so many different types of movies, or all of the types of movies, and there are so many characters that I find fascinating. So I'm very lucky, especially recently, where I've been getting the opportunity to play all of these different types of characters, you know, and like it's just really, really exciting, man. Yeah, I'm going to the BAFTAs on Sunday. I'm extremely excited. We're going to have a great time. I've still got to see a bunch of the movies. I really enjoyed Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh yeah.
And then, what did we watch the other day that was amazing? The Holdovers was great. Yeah, there's a bunch of them this year. It's an amazing year for cinema, definitely.
Yeah.
There's so many, man. I mean, like, Alexander Payne, who did The Holdovers, is fantastic. It was great to see him back making another movie. Giamatti, I actually worked with in, we did Romeo and Juliet. Like, you know, there's been a million versions of Romeo and Juliet. We did like a Romeo and Juliet, like, I don't know, must have been 10 years ago now. Had an incredible cast, and like, unfortunately, I don't know what happened. Like, not a lot of people saw the movie, but it was a pretty cool version of Romeo and Juliet. So I worked with him already, which was amazing. But I mean, there's just so many, you know, and like, I mean, the list goes on, you know, and there's people coming out all the time. So I just, you know, people ask me, like, they're like, oh, who do you want to work with? What do you want to do? And I think sometimes, yes, it's good to have those kind of like North Stars and go for it. But I as long as I just get to kind of do cool projects and play cool characters and like have that experience in my life, like I'll just take whatever comes, you know. It's pretty cool. It's really competitive, as you know, and like, you know, we're up against all sorts of different, wonderful, talented people, and then all sorts of variables. So to even be in a movie, get a movie made, and then for it to turn out, you know, decently, and for someone like yourself to say the performance was good, I appreciate that. So thank you, Will.